Hey everyone, it's More Crafts back for another video. I did not look to see what number this is again. So let me look real quick. I apologize if you hear my mom doing something. I have no idea what she is doing. Okay. So this is episode number 29. Some admin things, I guess. I posted a lot of beads for sale over on my More Crafts shop on Facebook, as well as my More Crafts podcast group on Facebook. On Instagram, I posted some earrings, like 12 or 13 pairs of earrings on Instagram that I'm selling. I do not have a lot to show today. I have no finished objects, which is a big surprise. But I have no finished objects. All I have today to show you is works in progress. And all of them, I have one shawl and the rest are blankets. When I go to Graham's this weekend, today's Thursday, it is 11:30 in the evening. I was gonna do this video earlier, but I could not make up my mind what I wanted to do. I went back and forth with bead weaving and crocheting, and then I decided to just stick with crocheting. So I started a couple things. I started a shawl and 2 blankets today. Because I didn't really have a whole much. As you can see, my room has moved around. We had to turn the heat on because it was getting too cold outside. So the only thing I have to show you today is a lot of whips. Well, not really that many whips. It's just like 4 blankets and a shawl. So we'll do the shawl first. I have a huge tote over here in the corner, and it's like 33 inches long. And it's kind of full of scrap balls. Well, I am going to try to use up as much of those scrap balls as possible. All of my crocheting for donations this year is done. I am basically starting for next year. I went and put on my phone what charity is going to get which or what next year, and my mom calculated it up for me, and next year I have to do 265 items. Leave in the comments if you think I can do it or not. So I have so many blankets started here and so many blankets started at Graham's that none of them are going to be done by the time I am ready to donate items this year. So they are going to automatically get tallied into whatever I have left at the end of the year. From now on, when I donate my items, I am not giving every single item out that I have crocheted for that whole entire year. So like I said, me and Mom, we went through and decided how many items are my charity is going to get, and I am not doing a bunch of one-offs next year. My main goal is going to be hats, scarves, blankets, shawls, and amigurumis. Those are the only 5 items that I am going to be making. I just do not have any use for any of the random stuff that I've made a couple times. So that's what I'm going to stick with for my donations. So the first whip I'm going to show you, since I do not have any finished objects, is a scrap shawl. And I'm just doing a basic granny shawl. I like doing these. They work up really, really quickly. And it's a great way to use up a lot of my scraps, which if you see in my my basket here, all of my projects except for one are using scraps. So this is a shawl. I'm using a 6mm hook. I'm using one of my beaded stitch markers that I made, as well as my handmade ones that I use for the different size hooks. And so like I said, I'm using a 6mm hook for this. So I'm just going to kind of push that one off to the side for the time being. My next work in progress is this blanket right here. This blanket is a scrap blanket. So I have this much. I'm using another one of my beaded stitch markers that I sell. This one is a little llama. So, or alpaca, whatever. I think it's actually an alpaca. So, it is like this big. I am using a 6mm for this one too. So, this one, like I said, just using a bunch of scraps. So, now these all have their designated baskets, but since I'm just showing you my WIPs, I decided to leave my baskets over on my WIP shelf. The next blanket I'm going to show you is 2 strands held together, and I am using an 8mm hook for this. So I'm just using 2 strands held double, and whenever I run out of one ball, I just attach another one and go from there. But it is double layered, so it's folded in half. So yeah, I have that one going also. So yeah, I'm working on a lot of scrap blankets and projects and stuff. And this would not be my podcast if I did not have a V-stitch blanket thrown in there. I'm using another one of my beaded stitch markers as well. I'm using them in all of my projects to hold my stitches. And I'm using a 6mm for this too. So, making that. And my last one is the only one that I am not using my scraps for. Because this one I am doing 10 rows of each color. So it looks like this. And this is a single crochet, double crochet blanket. And I'm using a little snowman stitch marker. So last time I showed this one, those ones were not started, but I was down here at the pink. And I just started the yellow today. So yeah, and I'm using the 6.5mm for this one. So those are all of the WIPs that I'm going to show you today, because I have been working on my Christmas gifts, but I cannot show them to you because the one my friend who I'm making several of them for watches my videos, so I cannot show them. So yeah, I also got some happy mail. I won the Attack of the Amigurumi 2022 for last month, which was Sloss. And Stephanie from Stephanie's Yarn Escape sent me my package. And let me tell you what, the variegated is much more prettier in person. So I got 2 skeins of I Love This Yarn. And this color is called Clover. And this color is going to be kept for maybe putting together some granny squares in one of my future projects. But it is 100% acrylic, US knitting needle, and a US 9 crochet hook. 7 ounces, 199 grams, 355 yards, 325 meters. And like I said, the color is called Clover. And then you got this really, really pretty one. Like I said, it's much prettier in person. And it's called Ivy. And this is going to be made into a walker caddy eventually for my one charity that I am making lap blankets and shawls for a local nursing home, and I'm making them walker caddies also. So this, like I said, this might either be an amigurumi or it might be a walker caddy. I've been trying to make walker caddies with like bright, fun colors so that they're pretty instead of like solid colors. I just think they'll like them maybe more. Oh, and I also got one of her stitch markers. I have 2 of these now. So yeah. So I got, and then like there's this yellow in here that's like has like water specks to it. Oh, and some of the greens like that too. So yeah, it's definitely a lot prettier in person, I have to say. And this is a print. But yeah. Oh, and the specs on this one, same size crochet hook and knitting needle, and it's 5 ounces, 142 grams, 252 yards, and 230 meters, and it is also 100% acrylic. So, those will be up on my shelf. So yeah, that is everything. It's a very, very short video this week. It's because I don't really have a lot to show. You won't be seeing me again until next week. Like I said, I was going to do Book Wednesday, but I worked on my Christmas gifts all day yesterday, and I can't show those because she watches. So I've been working on blankets today because I need kind of a break from amigurumi. So yeah, so that is everything for tonight. Yeah, I don't have any links. The only link I'm going to put down below is for my email. And if you have any questions or anything like that, please get in contact with me. So, yeah, I hope everybody has a great Friday, and I'll talk to you guys again later. Bye!